From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN Noon News.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us on your MTN Statewide News this Wednesday. I'm Jeanelle Slade. Well, county health authorities across Montana confirm 8 more COVID-related deaths today. Yellowstone County adding 2 more, one of them a man in his 30s. Now, MTN reports the total deaths across Montana has now reached 580, and there are nearly 18,000 confirmed active cases. Dr. Anthony Fauci, the country's leading infectious disease expert, is slated to speak in Missoula in February. The University of Montana's Mike and Maureen Mansfield Foundation sponsors the annual lecture. Dr. Fauci will talk about the coronavirus, the challenges of distributing vaccines, lessons we've learned so far, and what the new normal will look like in the future. Now, that lecture is Wednesday, February 17th at noon and will be held via Zoom. Information on registering can be found on your local MTN website. Just click on this story. Well, fans hoping for relaxed spectator restrictions for Friday's state AA football championship in Billings are out of luck. School District 2 Activities Director Mark Wall confirms to MTN today that the district will only allow 2 tickets per title game participant. It's the same policy that School District 2 has had in place for every game in Yellowstone County this season. Health officers approved a larger plan of 6 tickets per player and 4 per coach, but SD2 has consistently stayed with the MHSA's minimum number for safety reasons. Each player, coach, and cheerleader for both West and Missoula Sentinel must submit 2 names to be checked at the entrance gate. There will be no pep band or student sections allowed. Now, kickoff is set for 7 p.m. at Dallas Stadium in Billings. Those who cannot attend in person can watch online on the NFHS network for a fee. Also, new grants are available to help Blackfeet Tribe businesses impacted by the COVID pandemic. Business owners can apply for the money through December 11th. Now, since the application process opened Friday, about 24 have applied. The committee overseeing the grant program is developing a tiered system to determine how much money each person will get. Now, the money comes from the $1.2 million the tribe got as part of the federal government's coronavirus relief package.
Although millions of dollars didn't come to the Blackfeet Reservation this year, we are resilient and we want to help our tribal members as the Blackfeet Tribe.
In other news, 2 people died this morning in an early morning house fire in Kalispell. Firefighters responded to reports of a fire in the 700 block of East California shortly before 1 a.m. Now, while crews were en route, it was reported that 2 people were still in the structure. Kalispell Fire Chief Dave Dedman says arriving crews reported no flames were visible, although there was a small amount of smoke showing. That investigation is ongoing. And Butte police spring into action to save a man's life and potentially an entire gas station when a suspect tried to light himself on fire. Officers responded to the convenience store yesterday after a woman reported a man was harassing her. Police told the suspect, Russell Perry, to leave. Now, instead, Perry went over to a pump and poured gas all over his body. He then grabbed a lighter out of his pocket, and that's when officers wrestled him to the ground before he could light it. Perry is facing felony charges of criminal endangerment and resisting arrest. Well, getting a concealed carry permit in Cascade County is about to get a little easier. As of December 1st, the Cascade County Sheriff's Office will reduce the fee from $55 to $50. Fingerprinting will also no longer be required. So just stop by between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, get your picture taken, and the permit will be mailed to you. Sheriff Jesse Slaughter says he wants to help people further their Second Amendment right. Well, the Bozeman Yellowstone International and Billings Logan International airports are now using new technologies for baggage checks to reduce contact points amid this pandemic. The machines were installed in Bozeman and Billings in mid-October and are 2 of the 300 being used across the country. It's a new type of X-ray scan called computed tomography. It creates a 3D image of the contents of each traveler's luggage. Now, this decreases the chance of a traveler needing a bag search because the TSA agents can actually see the contents more clearly. TSA says these 2 airports were chosen because of their regular foot traffic. Well, after a standoff with global regulators, management turmoil, and a massive safety review, Boeing is resuming flights of its grounded 737 MAX. The largest U.S. airplane maker faces headwinds from the coronavirus and a new European tariff as it scrambles to return the best-selling jet to service. The FAA decision comes as other global regulators also move closer to decisions on allowing the plane to resume flights. That includes new training to deal with a key safety system that was linked to the 2 fatal crashes that killed 346 people and led to the plane's grounding in March of 2019. Well, there's one holiday tradition staying intact despite the global pandemic. Kids will still get to track Santa as he makes his way around the world. The North American Aerospace Defense Command says NORAD will track Santa on Christmas Eve just as it has for the last 65 years. However, it may be harder for kids to get through to the call center this year. Normally 160 volunteers pack into a Colorado Springs Air Force base to take calls and let kids know how close Santa is to them. Now only about 10 volunteers will be allowed in the call center at a time. Well, we have more ahead on your new news, including the latest on a popular Montana restaurant temporarily closing after 25 years. But first, meteorologist Ed McIntosh is in next with your statewide weather forecast.